The government is optimistic about achieving its target economic growth of 6.9% in the fourth quarter, despite the devastation wrought by typhoons, ending the year with a growth of at least 6%. NEDA Chief Arsenio Balisacan said the impacts of typhoon hitting the country in October to December, particularly the recent typhoon Nona, were also factored in their economic growth projections. He said the weather disturbances were damaging, but not really in magnitude that could adequately make a dent on the country's growth prospects. Balisacan added that 6% is achievable and indications so far are quite favorable. The economy needs to grow 5.9% in the fourth quarter to hit a 6% full-year growth. GDP averaged 5.6% in the first three quarters. This report.
The National Economic Development Authority is proud of the Philippines' blossoming economy. In NEDA's year-end briefing, Secretary Arsenio Balisacan said that only the Philippines has maintained an upward trend in its economy for 5 consecutive years, under the administration of President Aquino.
The stellar performance of the Philippine economy amid global slowdown and the many daunting challenges is well known. Our country's economy has been growing at an annual average of 6.2% as of 2014 since 2010 when the Aquino administration took over. This has been our highest 5-year average growth since the mid-70s.
Despite the calamities experienced by different countries such as the crisis in America and Europe, the flood in Thailand, and the earthquake in Japan, the Philippines is still among the elite 4 with India, China, and Vietnam.
Our year-to-date performance reflects a steadily growing economy, and we're very optimistic that the Philippine economy will grow at 6.0% for full year 2015.
This is the result of the government's reforms in the development of human capital.
We are confident that we shall see this high growth pattern continue and even improve throughout next year and the succeeding administrations, given the reforms and long-term investments in infrastructure and human capital, which we continue to pursue.
Meanwhile, the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industries recognized the efforts of the Aquino administration.
We have to congratulate ourselves and obviously the leadership of the country to maintain that kind of growth. I wouldn't say that the Philippines have much to worry because our growth has always been anchored on 2 main pillars: the money from OFW, the call center, and it looks like on these both sectors the growth is continuous.
The economy will be further strengthened after the implementation of the Customs Modernization Act and the improvement of public transportation.
I don't see we would have any stumbling block along the way, so I think that growth will be sustainable.